She took the cloak of Ammon's meek and crept through summer's end to break the seal of magic's veil. Auror's love she'd pretend. Seduced by Belmaid's false love, Sir Auror let her through. Then Belmaid did cloak herself when castle she did view.
Well, I grow more impressed with every head you lay before me. Well done. You rival even Sir Elswin in your foolish arrogance. You may have passed the Wall of Thorns, but the Weeping Gorge proposes its own unique challenges. Like all the others, little phantoms hiding behind the victories of the past, weak minds are the easiest to control. And those two are mine now. It is what prevents my enemies from simply marching into my kingdom and feeding it to the flame. To raise the bridge, one must defeat its guardian, the legendary Sir Elswin. Only then will the path make its way open to you. Alas, Sir Elswin has been killed, as goes the story. This time I fear he's staying quite dead. Another terrible price of our waning magic. Pity.
I have you right where I... Wait! What's the meaning of this? Who are you and where is my opponent? Oh! I see what happened. Blast! Perhaps next time. A great sword to the throat, how else? It was gloriously bloody, if I recall. The champion had been told to end my service to the maid. I was once a grand knight in the clan of Isa. But misfortune befell me when I believed the lies of the witch. She lured me, wooed me, honored me, promised me power. I became the champion and protector of her castle. That did not last long. She tired of my service and my love. Just look at the result. Really? I don't think so, Justling.
Stop! Enough, mortal. You presume too much. This song does not belong to you. There can only be one champion, and his name is Sir Creth. What is this? What have you done, Sagran? What brings me to this strange place? It's as though a troll has been braining me with his club. Goodbye.
You are brave. No mortal has ever set foot in my domain. Isn't it wondrous? I've spent centuries whispering my wishes to the earth, the trees. The crystal has made it so. Never before has there been one worthy of sharing it with me. Do you fancy yourself a ruler? Join me and my enchanted beasts in this, the autumn of my kind. And you mean it. That is why you so fascinate me. You continue to snarl, even in the face of your own demise. Admirable. Stupid, but admirable. Those who seek to be my subjects, to serve me in every way. The wild fae you see before you are under an enchantment. This keeps them docile. You are safe here so long as you do not anger my friends. They will pay you no mind. But some advice. Keep your weapons sheathed. Wenson waits for you in my castle, but only a fool would simply invite you in. And I am no fool. I have been part of this story for too long. This village is my legacy, how the world will remember me when all the courts have fallen. Below, my army prepares to wipe clean the songs of yore. You could lie beside me in the waning days, but if rescuing Wenson is what fate has written for you, then you will find him, and you will find me.
Around the castle were the fae, who lulled to sleep from song. The maid would make an army here, some hundreds, thousands strong. And like the rakish Sir Sagrel, Bellmaid snuck through entranced glade, and found the source of evil there, a crystal of the maid. A mighty fey hammer she took in hand, and, singing like the lark, she ended the enchanting haze that deepened in the dark. The creatures freed, released from spell, became savage once more. The crystal posed a threat to fey. Bellmaid had to smash the ore.
Welcome. You're not at all what I expected. I am Sagrel, Chancellor of Windermere. She said you were beautiful, although I have noticed that she has peculiar tastes. You're just in time. Our little army is building up quite nicely. I was beginning to fear that we'd actually have to execute the lady's plans, ludicrous as they are. Please, it is just Sagrel. I am no knight. I only recently came of age. The maid seized me just as I was leaving my hollow, as though she had been waiting. The great cycle has left me vacant, but I am no friend of the Maid of Windermere. Though the Winter Ballads name her a hero, her favoured role is the heartless tyrant. Of course you are, forgive me. I often forget that my time with the House of Ballads is past. Now I am but a prisoner of the Maid. We all are. You see, this place, it's calm. It is only an illusion. The Maid uses her strange crystals to pacify the beasts, just as she enchants our friends. We must destroy the crystals to earn our freedom, but they are invisible to all but the Maid. It is her song that calls them. Every summer ballad ends in the Maid's defeat. Time and again she has played the villain. Now she intends to change that permanently, and she has the power to do so. This army is not a new device, not at all. It is all part of the great ballad Cursed Kingdom, in which fair Queen Belmaid reduces the Maid's army to a scattered mob. It is the source of her power and of her madness. Normally she's not so terrible to be around, if you don't mind plotting and treachery, that is. The beasts in this village may act civilized, but they are anything but. Cross them and they will kill you, just like their wild cousins would. You must hurry. Come in. Quite a display, my friend. It makes me proud to share a name. You made quick work of the maid's army. The lady herself, however, will prove more formidable. Take this. It's the key to the village bell house. That bell rings with the same tone as the flute, only louder. So loud it can be heard across these high mountains. The toll will break the enchantment on the maid's castle. Then you will have your chance. Make the most of it, my friend. It may be your last. And now I am free. I do hope we meet again. I would like you to have this. It's a talisman. I have no need of it where I am going. May your gods protect you.
Welcome to my home, beloved. I hope it suits your fancy, for you will never leave it. I loathe this rock. Its chilled corridors and dripping ceilings, its whispering haunts of a past long dead. I no more wish to be the queen of this castle as I do to return to it again and again. I will escape its legacy. That is a promise. The fates of Creth and Airmer are on your head, my love. Those good knights were victims of this decaying pattern, sacrifices to the House of Ballads. As for the others, they will fulfill their roles shortly. Each has been saved, freed from their well-worn paths. They walk a new road now. My road. Wenson is here, along with his court of enchantments. The great halls and corridors echo with their voices, of the ancient stories told and forgotten. It is time to begin anew, for we write the final chapter of the House of Ballads. Only when the memory of ancient glories has faded can new glory be forged. Everything you see, the castle and all that resides in it, could be yours. That includes my love. Consider it.
And to the dawn, and to the echoed dusk, I, the king of ancient ballads, scepter of this house, and the falcon of Detir, annihilator of Elkmar, and on, languish in a sanctified seat. We will hear no more from broken sages, nor listen when we venture forth alone. These wintry beacons like the brazen gull that calls and boasts to others of her kind, from Magwir, maid of Windermere, that once again enraptured me in my hollow.
Sagril, you've come at last. It's time to cross swords with one worthy of your talents. You have caused the maid much grief, and that saddens me. Luckily, your death will provide her much pleasure. I remember when she came, appearing before my eyes in a light like dawn. What have I done? I don't know what became of the others, of Aermer and Kreth. To think that all of my grand companions have fallen prey to that witch. Is there anything left of it after this travesty? I do not know. Whatever remains is not what came before. It is, dare I say, new. A vile thing she is, even lower than I had dreamed. To distort the telling in so reckless a manner, it is unnatural.
A wretched fool of pride am I to think I could resist her seduction. I know perdition like the terrestrial cane, a crutch that saps the dew of youth. And yet here was beauty manifested, a heart serene, sublime, a clamorous cascade, all in calumnious wonder. When night falls on the countryside, the noise of wanton opprobrious lechery, the stench of sullen gloom, and the false corpse of sordid history exhumed to please, compounded, and again interred into the womb of the past. Then am I lost. corrupted and stolen freedom has. She loves her slave, the skeletal mind of sleep, a deathly pagan of submission that trembles near her touch. From ecstasy so base she laughs. She is all. I adore her. I love her without repudiation, malcontent, denial, or falsehood. At times beneath a veil of lusty happenstance, to prove there is no more of Belmaid, my old love. There is only Magweir, only Belmaid.
At last you've come. The maid has made her sick fantasy a reality. Everything she was has been warped by the Prismere crystal she holds so dear. It is difficult to tell if she controls it, or if it controls her. We must escape this place. The telling has failed us, Sagril. Nothing is certain. If we must. But the maid will be in the court. The maid awaits. What was she thinking?
Look at this, Olaine. The maid's old keep still has vermin lurking in its shadows. Tell me, Sagril, is there a reason we shouldn't exterminate you? Wait, I don't understand. What is this place? Where is Wenson? Where is my Wenson?
Sacred vows of the rising sun. The eternal flood of a love lies near, a streamlet of satisfied honeyed truth. Like the flowered scent of a bedewed veil, so wistfully endures the swollen heat. Persists through time and doubt, until at last, like heaven's jury in a court of chance, proffers forth the once impending evil. A love, but this one most divine and fair. The memory of Queen Belmaid, my faith, my heart and will. The gentle calming wind that like the supine earth a tree's embrace, I'd welcome it. I remember Belmaid.
Stop! Sagar, wait! Go no farther! The crystal is how she crept into the heads of the others, how she turned the Court of Enchantments against us. I've been captured by the maid many times in the telling, and I've always escaped. This time, however, I'm afraid the outcome may prove different. Enchanted, all of them. All to write her twisted tale of dominance. This isn't about breaking the shackles of the past. It's about power, nothing more. I can't do this. I can't. You must understand. Every time I have faced the Maid of Windermere, we've both dangled by the strings of fate, puppets in the telling. Now she is free of those bonds. I would not even know how to face her. Before, my victory was assured. I have never known failure. This story is yours now, my friend. Take the King's token. You are the only one left worthy of possessing it. It was you she wanted all along. I believe in you.
We meet in the flesh at last. It is a pity our relationship ends here. I was beginning to think we had a future, as creatures of common purpose. So they say, but you and I both have seen the coming fire, a change the likes of which no fae, summer or winter, has ever seen. The telling will never cease, but the ballads that make up its grand design will wither and fade, and new ones will blossom on the vine. Perhaps, but the Tuatha have taught me that power only comes with the willingness to destroy, to begin anew and tell new stories. And in Prismeer, they have found the means to do so. I weep for what might have been. You and I, side by side, wielding the power of the crystal. But there can only be one hero. Only justice for what has been done to me all these many lifetimes. Don't I deserve as much? Don't we all? It is the kiss of death.
course of nature ensues. Yet I'll not harm her, nor preclude justice. A single parting gift of love I give to this misguided maid of Windermere. She will not suffer as I suffered, no. A swift and painless death I grant to her, and give her illusion as she to I. And balmy blood and breath from her pours forth, a hidden dagger wielded in my hand, a torture to see the ignorant soul. The white birds of winter slowly chased each other to the cold ground as the mourners wept their tears of the hero and the maid. Thank you.
Well done. Well done.
You have returned, victorious. I know that you had a chance to change our telling, to break the Maid and the House of Ballads from their natural course. Yet, you did not. You struck down the Witch Magware and restored our legacy, for now. But there were casualties. The Maid's death rendered Wenson impotent. This cannot stand. As a result, you have ascended to your rightful place. You are now King of the House of Ballads.
stranger? Yes, stranger? I never thought I'd still be standing, but all that was destroyed. All mind the web.
As you take, so are you taken. Hold me in your love, and I hold you in my own. Borrow me, and I will borrow you. A kind of kindness, and forever a chill to comfort the warm.
Nice to see you.
You're welcome in my shop anytime, and please enjoy. Enjoy a discount on all services. Farewell. I don't know if I'll ever take on another apprentice. Not after Karth's betrayal. Goodbye.
You there? Did the Wolfsworn send you? It's about damn time. I've been rotting in this forest for near a week, and Jory's dead. The trolls are much worse than we thought. We thought rock trolls were bad enough, but these are mountain trolls, twice as strong and very ill-tempered. We came through training together. No one could outdrink Jory. One time, I remember he actually managed to... You know what? It doesn't matter. Bastard's dead. Hell of a time we had, though. He was one of the good uns. Foul brutes. Unbelievably strong. Twice as strong as everyday rock trolls. And now they've come to Haxie. When you come across any, try to get in close. The belly is where they're tender. Slip a blade or two in there and they won't be on their feet for long. Sworn to war we are. Swords for hire. Not a bad way to make a living if you know which end of a blade to hold. Oh, excellent. Look, we meant to take care of this situation, but things got out of my control. One of the mountain trolls killed Jory. Anyhow, I'm glad someone arrived at last. The mountain trolls must be stopped. The one that got Jory is still at the camp we made out here. If you can take care of this, I'll be able to retrieve Jory's belongings from the